Hello! Welcome to my ghost walkthrough of Saints and Thieves. Now, some of you may remember that I actually did do a let's play of this mission during the first few weeks of the channel, but I took it down almost right away because I wasn't really satisfied with the quality of that run. However, it was in no way because I thought the mission itself isn't worth showcasing, quite the opposite. In fact, since then, I wanted to give it another go, so here we are. Now, Saints and Thieves. This, in my opinion, is the most underrated Thief fan mission of all time. I never heard anyone say they hate it or anything, but I also don't think it ever got the recognition it deserves. And what I love most about it is the absolute perfect interplay between the gameplay, story and atmosphere. Each of the mission's elements reinforces others in numerous ways, and while there certainly are other missions that do the same thing, I think Saints and Thieves does it best. So I'll talk about some examples of what I mean, of course, but for now, let's begin, and let's read the briefing. Sheriff Truett has begun his personal vendetta against the city's crime element, and I'm at the top of his most wanted list. Jobs have been scarce. Although most fences would gladly offer many jobs they have, the fact is there aren't all that many of them around anymore. When it comes to my thefts, I've been clutching at straws lately. Luckily, one of my sources has dropped me a very lucrative hint. After this job, I can keep a low profile for a while. I've never been much into organized crime. I'm in a trade to profit myself, and the idea of funding some lazy godfather figure pulling the strings doesn't really seem all that intriguing, something that my old friend Ramirez had to learn the hard way. But as they say, there is no honor among thieves. A local group of criminals, calling themselves the Red Blade Smugglers Guild, are well established with overseas smuggling and piracy. They operate a legit-looking shipping company as a front, located in a docks district. What has caught my interest is the rumor about some very valuable cargo they've stashed away in their warehouse. What this cargo is exactly, my contact couldn't say, but it's bound to be under the most strict guard. Well, whatever it is, I doubt the smugglers will miss it. Much. It's always a bit risky to meddle with affairs of other underground entrepreneurs, especially since the Red Blades are under the protection of Webster, a local warden. But with profits akin to this, I'm more than willing to take the risk. Besides, it's always a good idea to remind these wardens and their underlings who's the best in the trade. By disrupting the Red Blades' operations, I am actually doing a favor for Truett. You should give me a medal for this. Right. The Red Blade Smugglers Guild has imported some valuable and highly illegal cargo. Whatever it is, you have much better uses for it. The Eastbrook Watch Station is in charge of the security of this region, streetwise anyway. No doubt they have an archive of all the crimes and misdeeds in the Docks District in a handy book somewhere. Maybe it would be better if they misplaced it. You should have no compunctions at all about relieving the smugglers of their illegal goods. Still 1600 loot. You have enough enemies as it is. It's probably best not to go on a killing spree. No point in tearing their till on. Leave the way you came once you're done. Right, so as for equipment, you'll notice we start without any rope arrows, and there are some for sale. Now, you can complete this mission without ever using a rope arrow, but I'm gonna get one, just in case. It might come in handy in one very specific situation, which may or may not occur. And I'm also gonna get some moss arrows, because there are quite a few loud gravel floors in the mission. So, let's make a real save, and take a look at the map. So this mission has an auto map, which is always nice, and we start here on the outskirts of the watch station, and the way to the docks is straight to the north. Now, you could go to the docks right away, but it's highly encouraged to clear out the watch station first, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I'll go over the rest of the maps when I get to these areas. The watch station has 3 entrances. There is the front door, which is wide open, but there is a guard patrolling this little courtyard here. There is a pickable door here, which is by far the hardest way to get in, because there is a stationary guard outside who pivots around. And there is another pickable door here, which is practically unguarded, and that's the way in I'm gonna take. Here is one of the doors leading to the main lobby. We're gonna get here later. Here is a purse worth 100 and the journal. Unfortunately, as of now, the City Council has not approved Truett's idea of archiving the fingerprints of all the citizens. Their justification is that this would infringe on citizens' rights. Rights? What about our rights? Although shuffling and checking the fingerprints from the archive will undoubtedly be slow and laborious, every one of us in the command chain thinks it's better to be safe than sorry. I've asked Hart to launch a petition amongst the men. Here on the table is a statue, and we gotta follow this guy into that room.
To get the sheriff to spring for better uniforms. Things make us look like stupid little pottery figures. Never going to impress the ladies.
Okay, so here are the records, and we can get criminal record Garrett, which completes one of our objectives, and if we try to read it...
No way. Novels just aren't my style.
Love that comment. There's also a statue, total 130. Sergeant Caviar, Lieutenant Hart. We made a surprise visit to the Red Blades of our houses last week, Truett in charge. Utterly pointless. Their captain, the one they call Garrett, practically admitted them being a group of smugglers, but we can't arrest them before acquiring evidence. By the gods, I'm beginning to get really frustrated. And what's with this sudden interest in evidence anyway? I've been doing this thing in one way or another for a living for over 40 years, and only recently have we been interested in securing evidence, protecting people's rights and whatnot. Eastbrook Watch Station has a long history, and after Truett took us in, everything's been going to hell. I'm too old for this crap. I miss the old days when it was just you, the bad guy, and the sword in between. So this is another door to the main lobby. Over here is a ring and a note. Lance Corporal Rimmer, I know you are not very keen on the idea of delivering any cut street children to the Mechanist orphanage. I can understand. They brainwash the kids in there into a mindless mass of no opinions. It's horrible, I've seen it. But orders are orders. The Watch gets watchful eyes, I'd like to see some of them here one day. We give them the young and homeless. I have confidence in you, therefore I assign this task to you. Please do your duty, I will not ask again. And this task of yours should be handled with discretion, of course. I would not like to hear other men talking about this. Sergeant Caviar. Okay. And on the rafter up here, the diamond. Total 230. So now we can enter the main lobby.
What was that? Maybe
Here
those rats.
is what's called a fingerprint kit.
I'm not all too sure about how this works, but it just might turn out to be useful.
So we're gonna take it and use it later, and here are fingerprint kit instructions. For the officer on duty, fingerprints. This latest technology may be baffling at first, but is rather easy to use in the end. Dip the suspect's fingers from the right hand in the ink, then press them against the white sheet of paper. The result should be 5 distinct ink blobs on the paper. Let them dry for several hours before archiving them. Since it seems that every man has their own individual set of these fingerprints, we can use them to track down known criminals. The field set contains, in addition, a small brush used to dust for prints. So out of all of this, the only thing you need to know is, in this last sentence, you can use the fingerprint kit to dust for prints, which could be useful on, say, a keypad.
I don't like seeing things I don't know.
So, coroner's office is next. We get a pair of glasses here, total 280, and an autopsy report. Subject is one Garrett Walterson, time of death approximately 5 or 6 days ago. Very bruised, subject had apparently been mugged a short while before his throat had been slit. The cut marks point to a very sharp edge, quite likely a standard issue dagger. Personal notes. No wonder this card got killed. I think he's a red blade, and more precisely, our inside contact. I recall a memo by Sergeant Cavier mentioning something along those lines. Seems like they found it out, poor bastard. He wasn't carrying any jewelry, although our files say he was married. So if we find where he was killed, maybe we can get her in. On another note, as the resident alchemist here, I have been working on the fingerprint powder. The standard issue still has some flaws which I dislike. It smells like hell for one. However, the high-ups have been pleased with the powder type we already have. Gods only know why. It's mediocre at best, it still needs refinement. My skills may not be enough in this, I need an aid in this, damn it. I tried to secure some more funding to buy better chemicals, but they see no reason why I should continue my endeavor. Too busy spending all that on food, I guess. Well, I guess the whole idea was a bit foolish then.
About time we cleaned up those cesspools of filthy taverns. Every one of them either buying or selling. Cut your throat as soon as they look at you. Behind bars, all of them. That's the best thing for them. Who's making that noise? Stupid. It's probably just some rookie. Thought I saw something.
Here are 2 goblets, total 310, and that's all the loot in the watch station. I'm gonna leave through the front door, even though it's guarded, because there is a piece of loot here, and that's the quickest way to get to it.
What?
Missing people, although we do not necessarily miss them. Bremen, Cuddly, Fence, Damis, Eric, Darren, Deadeye wanted for spice dealing, Donovan, Yorick wanted for manslaughter, Fragus, Mechanist be on a special lookout, Geller, Runo, Gerwin, Jerkus wanted for general uncleanliness, Meyrick, thief, Siren, doubt, Uriel, hemorrhoid heretic, says them.
You need a nap. You won't be so spooked then.
So the archer here has arrows,
Someone there?
which we can pickpocket. And here is a bottle of wine, total 350. So here is the final entrance into the watch station and the pivoting guard I talked about earlier. He also has arrows we can get. And here we can climb this.
Well, seems clear.
And get 3 coin stacks for a total of 405 and read a newspaper. Hightown Museum sold. The Hightown Museum has been in financial turmoil ever after Lord Willenstone's gem fiasco. Losing the trust and support of the city council, the owner, Mr. Austin, has finally relented and sold the museum estate and all properties to the Baronial Museum Department of Dayport Academia. Warden's henchman evades the law. A known criminal, Darren the Deadeye, has again evaded the firm clasp of the City Watch. Although Darren is known to work for Reputo, one of the city's most powerful wardens, Sheriff Truitt has been unable to find concrete evidence against either one. Now Darren was caught in the act, selling illegal spice to local dealers. Although Darren managed to flee from the scene, one of the spice dealers was killed, as City Watch officer Willie shot him directly in the head. Right, so that's everything in this area, and we can move on to the docks. I love the effect on the lights here. Actually, this gives me an opportunity to talk about the atmosphere of the mission a little. So, I'll be honest, I don't think adding rain to a mission instantly makes it atmospheric. I think the rain, or any weather effect really, has to fit the mood and tone of the mission. That said, it absolutely fits the tone of this one. You cannot have Saints and Thieves without the rain, and I'll elaborate on that a little later. So here we come to the docks area, which consists of the street and the actual warehouses. So there are 3 ways to get to the warehouses. There is the front door, of course, which is pickable, and there are several people over there, so it's obviously not the best way. There is another pickable door here, which is a decent way in, but not one I'm gonna take, because there is an even better one. We can drop into the canal here and enter through the sewers. Now, in this square right here, there is a conversation that's gonna happen between one of the Red Blades and a female watch officer. I'm not gonna trigger it just yet, for a couple of reasons, which I'll explain later. And it doesn't contain any important information or anything, so we can listen to it later. So this is a long swim. Make sure to surface for air. Now over here you can pick the slug box and emerge in the reservoir I'll show you that later, but I'm gonna continue.
Yuck. Ugh. The real Thieves' Highway.
That line always makes me smile. So near these barrels here is a spice bag, total 445. And I'm gonna make a real save here. Now to the left, there is a guard and the door, which is locked and not pickable, so we're gonna get to it later. And through here, we can get to the smuggler's hideout. Here is a bottle of wine, total 495. Right, so now we've emerged in the elevator room, which corresponds to the elevator room right here on the first floor of the main warehouse, which would be right here. And this underground area connects the main warehouse and the small warehouse. So if we go that way, we're gonna emerge in the small warehouse, and this staircase will obviously take us to the main warehouse. So I'm gonna go there first, and much later I'll explore that passage. General notice. Since a dear friend, Sheriff Truett the Bastard, has tightened his grip upon the city, we must be extremely cautious. Do not visit any gambling dens during daylight, do not talk about our activities outside this building, do not greet your fellow colleagues when bluecoats are nearby, and most importantly, be very suspicious of any dubious characters lurking about the docks. Fist and Sword, Captain Garrett. Okay, here is the barracks and the names of all who live here, and the auto map will actually fill out as you explore it, which is really nice. And in this room, all that's of interest is a note here, therein to Maverick letter. My dear friend Maverick, I know you have trouble remembering the code, but me heroes you doth recall the numbers themselves, just not the rightly order. It may have been too much of a security risk to write the code down, but just remember you this. Start from the lowest number and proceed toward the higher ones in order. Therein. Okay, I'll remember that. And right across the hall here, we have the captain's room.
Who's there? Hello?
So this we have to pick. Inside are 2 coin pairs, and there is also a safe. Okay, I thought that might have been someone else. In the safe there is a purse, total 610, captain's key, which will become important later, and a journal. Times are hard for people like me. None of the old selling articles bring in the same amount of wealth they used to. My men are looking at me, expecting me to guide them into the better future I've been promising. If they weren't so terrified of me, my corpse might already be floating in the gutter. But peculiar are the ways of the rich. That better future might indeed be coming this way, since we've found a niche, our niche. I'm not a criminal because I'm evil, or because I had a bad youth, or because it's written in my soul, or whatever those hammers try to preach. I'm in this for the money. Okay, so this door can actually be relocked with the captain's key, so if you're playing Supreme, keep that in mind. They're picking on me again. They think I don't notice, but I do. Darren came to me today again. I was a bit nervous, I forgot to salute. He told me to get down into the cargo hold and guard the place. It's his duty, I know. I heard the captain say it myself. But Darren likes to put me down there since I don't complain. He's always like that. I hate him. Captain's okay, I guess. I haven't seen him much around lately, though. Well, I prefer that to the sewer guard duty, though. It stinks like hell in there. The gate right next to the wine cellar is broken, and Captain fears someone might come through, especially since it's so close to the vault. I think that's silly, though. No man is small enough to fit through that gap. But I don't know, the Captain must have his reasons. The basement duty isn't that bad when you have a book with you, as long as you're not caught with it. Darren wants us to stay on our toes. Time to go and prepare for guard duty. I'll get something to eat, take a leak, and get down. My usual routine. I like my routine. It means I don't forget stuff. I don't know why you would write that down, but okay. Nothing here, and in this footlocker is a purse. Total 710. Right across the hall here is Lieutenant's room. Here is guard to Darren letter. Darren, there are 3 keys to the vault. One is in my possession, this is obvious. One is held by you. I wish to remind you that it is a grand privilege and you should respect it as such. In other words, you have no business in the vault, unless it is absolutely necessary, and even then, it probably isn't. And finally, Card had the last key. I remember him still having it while I saw him the last time. This was in the reinforced basement storage when we confronted him. However, it seemed that after taking care of the man, you have neglected to return his key to me. Do return it, soon. Fist and sword, Captain Guard. So this might look like a hint to where we can find the vault key, but it really isn't. There is only one key to the vault, and we're gonna get it by doing something special. We won't find it lying around anywhere. Here's another purse, total 810, nothing here. Darren, I'm giving you a fair warning. Do not step on my shoes again. The last delicate shipment was handled well, I must admit, but all the decisions must come through me. Remember this, there is no need for another card. Do we not agree? Fist and sword, your captain, Guard. So let's wait for that guy to go back, and we're gonna go up to the smaller warehouse and listen to a conversation.
Seen Tarek around lately?
Why? He owe you something again?
Any other reasons anyone would like to see the guy?
I know what you mean. That's why Dern assigned him to the special basement guard.
You mean behind the games room, Gizmo? You tapping with me?
No, honest. And the best part is, Tarek doesn't even realize he's being pushed around.
Well, I'm not getting any richer waiting here, and damned if I can remember the code.
Me neither. But I've seen Maverick going in and out of there a lot lately.
Maverick, eh? It's a miracle he remembers where his head is, huh? I guess I'd better see him later on then.
Right. So let's get arrows of this archer, and the archer who was involved in the conversation also has some. Now, this guy, who we just pickpocketed, has a really long patrol route. He goes through this area, comes up in the smaller warehouse, then goes around here, enters the main warehouse, and then uses the elevator room to get back underground. So the fact that I stumbled onto him is really lucky. He can be a little difficult to locate.
Strange noises.
So let's get arrows from this guy as well.
Seems clear.
Now, from the conversation, we've learned that the special basement is behind the games room gizmo. So we're gonna find that a little later. In the crate here are an artifact and the rug. And here we can jump onto the rafter here and get into this room. Right, so here on the table there is actually a key. So sometimes this happens. It falls kind of into the table and you cannot see it, but you can still pick it up. It's not a problem. You don't really need this key though, because all it does is open this door and you might as well get out through the vent. In this crate is a purse, total 1060, and this is a rope arrow, by the way, in case you need an extra.
Hello?
So let me make a real save here and show you something. So here we can pick a lock on this door. That's the main entrance to the warehouse. So this would be right here. And here is an archer who we can pickpocket. Now, if you're going for all the pickpockets in the mission, that's the best way to approach him. However, I'm not gonna pick his arrows for one reason. The pickpocket count in this mission is actually broken. And if you get all of them, you're gonna get 8 out of 7 pickpockets. So it really comes down to what you wanna do. Do you want all the pickpockets, regardless of what the stats say, or do you just want perfect stats? So I want the latter, so I'm gonna skip that guy's arrows. Okay, this is the reservoir, which we saw from the sewers. So that's where you can swim up, but I don't think you can open this portcullis from this side. So before I'll enter the main warehouse, I wanna get another piece of loot here. And I'm gonna pick a lock on this door. So this is this little courtyard, and here is one reason I didn't trigger the conversation that happens here, because once it's done, the smuggler will patrol this yard. But now he's not here, and I'll use that to my advantage. He's not that difficult to sneak around when he's here, but still. So, bottle of wine, total 1110. And I like entering the main warehouse this way, because it'll take us right to the captain's office.
Someone say something. Oh well.
This is just a bathroom. Tarek, as usual, the captain has me in charge of the operations, and as usual, the cargo is in the basement. Guard them with your life, Tarek, and whatever shall happen, you shan't even touch him. The buyer wants his merchandise unspoiled. Fist and sword, therein. Okay, so before I get to the captain's room, I'm gonna loot this little area. Couple ledgers here, with income and expenses. Nothing all that interesting. There is a coin and another ledger. Crate 20,473. Bottle of Blackbrook Dreams 40 gold. Bottle of Lagoon Red Luxury 70 gold. 3 bottles of Burke's Breath Ale worthless. Preserved for member circulation. A golden candlestick due to citywide candlestick inflation, only 25 gold. So yeah, here it is. It's worth only 25.
There. Hello.
And there are 2 valuable bottles in the
Seems
crate.
quiet enough now. Okay then.
There we go. Total 1255. This guy has arrows.
What was that?
Just my imagination, I suppose.
And let me check something here.
Nothing this time.
Okay, there is another archer who patrols this metal walkway. He can be hard to pickpocket. And this is the best place where we can do it.
What is that smell?
So he's not here yet, and I think that gives me a bit
Always
of
nothing.
time
It's never anything
to
exciting.
loot this place.
Guess it wasn't much after all.
So there is a purse here, and this lockbox is pickable. It has 2 coin stacks and a spice bag. The rest are empty. Extraordinary job with the Truard surprise visit last week, gentlemen. He and his henchmen left empty-handed. An extra payment for everyone is in order. Fist and sword, Captain Garrett.
Who's making that noise?
And here is this guy,
Oh.
right on time.
Looks like it's peaceful again. Not such a bad job. Staying around.
Okay. Let's wait.
Hello? Anyone there? Guess not. Just because I've been here only a few months, I think that
Odd noises.
I heard something.
It's always nothing. It's never anything exciting.
Right, so next is the captain's room. Or the captain's office. And the door to it can be lockpicked, but it also responds to the captain's key.
Thought I saw something.
There we go. Here is a statue. And the captain's journal. Truett is getting on my nerves. I thought it was impossible, but he has managed to overhaul the whole of City Watch organization. He is indeed a clever man, not one to toy with. The word on the street is that he isn't even bribable. He must have a great devotion to his duties, or a powerful supporting figure. I wouldn't be surprised if those mechanists have something to do with this. I must get rid of him before he starts to really hinder the business. I'll have to keep an eye on Darren. He seems to be questioning my authority on occasion. Keep your friends close, and your enemies even closer. Perhaps a promotion is in order? He is just the sort of a person who might backstab me if left dissatisfied. Unless I do him in first, of course. But I do not enjoy wasting obvious talent. The money, where is it going? I instruct everyone to pay close attention to income and expenses, yet the money doesn't add up with the figures. It seems someone actually has the nerve to steal from me. I will not tolerate this. My little friend Truett tried to bust us. A mere raid into our den hardly helped his struggle with putting us behind the bars. What did he expect? Does the man really think we're amateurs? I feel the poor bastard doesn't understand what the word organized in organized crime means. Card, so it was you all the time. I'll show you what we do with dishonest thieves like you. The idiot even tried to strike a deal with Truett. How short-sighted is that? Did the man honestly think Truett would allow another captain to continue where I left off? The man has a vendetta against all crime. He will not rest until red blades are no more. What, pray tell, was Card thinking? What were you thinking? Truett will see we are not kidding after facing your gutted corpse. Right, and here we can move this painting up, and this safe we cannot pick. Have to use the captain's key, which is why I visited the underground area first. Here is some loot, total 1512, and a personal letter. Lord Artus, 17 Broad Avenue, Hightown. Mr. Artus, as per our contract, the cargo has arrived and in very fine condition. In fact, this is the best shipment we've got so far, even better than the last one you ordered. And you were lucky to buy the whole stock in advance. Come within 2 weeks with the money and the cargo shall be all yours. Please dispose of this document immediately. Guard, Red Blade Overseas Shipping and Imports. So this letter will become important later. So let's hold on to it. The safe we can close, but the painting we cannot move down, which is a little annoying. This doorway is a bit too lit. So next, I'm gonna use this door to get outside and re-enter the warehouse in the elevator room. You can traverse this central cargo bay, which I showed you earlier, using the metal walkway, but it's loud and slow. Here is the elevator room, and back here is a pickable crate.
Thought I saw something.
I thought I had a little more time there. Yeah, let's wait for that guy.
Hello? Show yourself.
Right, in here are 2 pieces of loot, total 1727, and we've checked off our loot goal. And right now we're right across from where I pickpocketed that archer, and I'll drop down to the cargo bay here. Now, there are lots of crates here, but the only one with anything of value is this. And it's just a statue here. Total 1742. And the quickest way to get to the other cargo bay would actually be to go outside.
What's that I see?
So here we got 2 crates. Here is one, has a spice bag. And the second one I have to pick. Three pieces of loot here, total 1877. Okay, this is just a storage, nothing of value here. Room to the right is just a staircase, which we've seen before. So let's head into the library next. 3 coin pairs here, total 1937. And a letter from Darren. Gentlemen, I've been saying it for months, but methinks the captain has finally lost it. All he does recently is spend time in the vault. I think the paranoid bastard is counting the money over and over, making sure none is missing. Moreover, I've been playing around with the idea of being the captain myself, and he knows damn well what that means. Besides, what right does the man have over the vault, me asks. Was it not me who found it? Did it not be loyal Lieutenant Darren who discovered the secrets deep under the sewers? Not to even speak of the loot. All that man accomplished was to move all our money in there and install a huge door all over it. And now he accuses me of losing the key card head. The man is delirious. Fist and sword me arse, Darren. Okay. I know why you would leave this out in the open like this.
Who's over there?
Talk about bad timing. Guards on all the sides here. Okay, nothing in this room. And we're back in the elevator room. Now before we head back underground, there is one last piece of loot to get here.
What's that? Maybe next time.
Footlocker with a coin stack, total 1962. And this will take us back to a familiar area.
Hello?
So now I'll explore that passage.
Third time this shift. I gotta calm
Oh,
down.
my shift's supposed to be over.
It's quiet now.
I forgot to come and change.
The cook in the kitchen can be a little tricky
I know.
to sneak by.
Company
Is not too bad.
All I do.
Actually leave the spice bag like this. But there are 2 coin pairs on the fireplace. There we go. Total 2042. The cook, while he prepares the night's dinner, remember ye to save some leftovers. The quality shan't matter. Darren. Okay, and in here is the inventory of all the food they have. And here is the games room.
Damn rats around here.
So there should be something interesting in here, like the ski pad. Now this is where the fingerprint kit comes into play.
Aha.
Using it on the keys
Hmm.
will reveal which of them have been touched. And as you remember from Darren to Maverick letter, you start with the lowest number and proceed towards higher ones in order. So 1, 3, 7, 9.
I think I'm on the right track.
So, this door we have to pick. This is where Card was killed, and here is his wedding ring. Total 2142. This is the armory. There is no loot in there, so we don't have to go in there. So now we can finally find out what kind of cargo the smugglers have. Now there is a guard here.
Stand forth and be recognized.
He has lower than average hearing, so you have some leeway when it comes to sneaking on gravel here.
Noise, stop. Guess it was nothing.
Soul music. There are the people of the day and the creatures of the night. And it's important to remember that the creatures of the night aren't simply the people of the day staying up late because they think that makes them cool and interesting. It takes a lot more than heavy mascara and a pale complexion to cross the divide. Heredity can help, of course.
Stand forth and be recognized.
Yeah.
Builder, bless me.
What the hell? These guys are messing with child slavery. I'm on charity compared to this. The City Watch will probably have more discretion than me in handling this situation. Good thing I already have some evidence against these smugglers.
Okay, so let me make another real save here, and there's a lot to talk about. So the objective to find and steal the smuggler's cargo is now cancelled, and we have 3 new ones. As much as we hate the City Watch, they can probably sort the situation out much better than you. Your old pal Sheriff Truett would be very grateful for an anonymous hint, but you have to get some incriminating evidence first. So that's the personal letter we got from Garrett's office. This is why it's already checked off. You found the incriminating letter from Garrett's office, now you just need to get it to the right hands. Deliver it to the local watch station. Okay? And whatever happens, let no harm befall upon the children. So, first of all, we don't have to do anything with the children here. If we just deliver the personal letter to the watch station and then leave the way we came, the mission will end, and we've already met the loot goal, so this will become an important point later. This objective will just check off once the mission ends. But those of you who played the mission probably know that we can do something else here, and we can actually help the children escape. Now we do that by commanding them
Let's get you out of here.
to follow us or wait.
Wait here.
So I genuinely love both
Follow
the
me.
idea and the implementation. It's a little bit janky, sure, but it works well, and the only thing you have to worry about is to not let them lag behind too much. And it's important
Stay.
because
Good boy.
the guards will obviously react to them, and they will attack the kids on sight, and if they do, you will fail this objective. But the guards cannot hear them, which is a really good decision on the author's part, because the kids obviously cannot creep, and this first room right out here would be impossible for them to sneak out because of all the gravel. So the guards completely ignore their footsteps, which is very good to know. Now, for regular Ghost, you can lead both of them out at the same time. It's not too difficult, but if you're playing Supreme or you're just having trouble, leading them out both at once. You can lead them out one by one. Just don't interact with the second kid until you're done leading the first one out. So,
Stay behind me. Stay behind me.
I'm gonna lead them both out at the same time. It's not too difficult. Okay, and it seems like it's a good time to go.
Thought I heard something.
So as you can hear, the guards keep patrolling as normal. He didn't hear anything. And we're in the clear. Now, where are we going? There are 3 exit points. The first one is in this courtyard, if you lead them out all the way here. The second one is actually all the way in the starting area, over here, and they'll escape this way if you somehow manage to lead them out through the front door right here. Don't know why you would do that, but it's possible. But the third one is through the sewers, which is the nearest and the best way. And that's what I'm gonna take.
Wait here. Wait for me here. Follow me. Stay behind me.
Okay, let's reset this. I have to wait for this woman here.
Not such a bad job. What was that? Over there!
Moved too early. Right, good. So we're basically going to where I entered the warehouses. So we just lead them here and they'll automatically escape through that gap.
I think she dropped something. Well, now they're street children instead of child slaves. I just hope I did the right thing.
Okay, cool. So we have a bonus objective. No one is a saint in this business, but the line has to be drawn somewhere. You have helped the imprisoned children escape. Perhaps it's for the better. And when they escaped, they dropped the vault key, so now we can clear out the vault. So let me make another real save here. Now I can talk a little bit about what I meant with the atmosphere enhancing the gameplay and story and vice versa, and what I meant when I said that the rain fits the mission. That's because the story here is quite dark. I mean, it deals with such subject matter as child smuggling, child slavery. So, of course, it rains, and you may have noticed that the mission also lacks color. All the textures are dark, brown and gray, and even the colored lighting is very subdued. So I think that's all very intentional, and the author tried to make the mission look as miserable as possible. And of course, when it comes to gameplay, you help the children escape, so that's integrated into the mission itself. It's not just, you know, well, you do deliver a document somewhere, but you can also actually lead them out using a completely new gameplay mechanic, which I've never seen before. So this is why I like this mission so much. Now the vault
Someday I'm not going to be
is right here.
I'm going to be a manor lord.
We have a guard here who patrols around this pillar in a clockwise manner.
Patrol them.
It's not hard to move around.
I'm going to sneak up on them.
And this door, which I mentioned earlier,
You hear something?
then responds to the vault key.
Jump.
Right, now I'll actually make a real save here. So, as soon as we enter into the vault, there's gonna be a conversation between the captain and Darren, and once they're done, they're gonna fight. Now, the best outcome for that fight is for both of them to die, and because Darren shoots fire arrows, he damages both himself and the captain. It's not uncommon for them to die at the same time. So, if you're not opposed to a little saves come in, you can replay that fight for, well, I don't know. It can take somewhere between a minute and 5 minutes until you get the desirable outcome. But I want to show you that it's possible to get all the loot in the vault, even if one of them ends up alive. So whoever it'll be, he'll be on very high alert, but it's still possible to get everything in the vault. We're gonna have to douse a couple torches maybe, use some moss arrows, but we can still do it.
Who? I told I was not to be bothered, Darren.
Captain, the cargo, it's missing.
Missing? How could it be missing?
A thief on the loose, and we've yet to capture him.
A thief? How could it be? Past the guards? No, you are lying.
Well, me guess is the cargo grew wings and flew away then.
Quiet, you fool. I know what this is. You're in league with that dead low-life card.
You dareth to connect me with that scheming bastard.
I've been observing your behavior, and yes, whether you are with him or not, you are plotting something. That much is obvious.
I can't deny my dislike with your ways of leading the group. It's been my decisions that have gained us profit in recent times.
And in your decisions, you forgot to counsel me, or even inform me. I am your captain.
Maybe you shouldn't...
What? Are you trying to imply you want to challenge me? What a ludicrous thought.
Enough with your words, old man. Ye art so blinded with your money, ye fails to see what's going on around here.
And you, my thieving mongrel, are beheaded.
What the?
Quit it. Guards, over here!
Right, looks like the captain is won.
Bleed!
So he's gonna be searching around now. He's gonna be on high alert. But until he comes down, we can loot the rest of the place here. So there is a gold goblet, and to get into that room behind the portcullis, can just go here, get a dagger here, worth 400. Two goblets up here. Pile of coins, gold hammer. Two purses. Nothing here. 4 coin stacks. 5 coin pairs. Pile of coins and a torque.
I'm gonna rob you of your...
So yeah, see how alert they become once they've been in a fight? Okay, and now saving and loading made this guy stop. So that's not good. I don't want him to stop there. I might be able to work with this.
I'm gonna rob you of your...
But it's very unfortunate. Let me try it again.
Who? I told I was not to be bothered, Darren.
Captain, the cargo, it's missing.
Missing? How could it be missing?
A thief on the loose, and we've yet to capture him.
A thief? How could it be? Past the guards? No, no, you are lying.
Well, me guess is the cargo grew wings and flew away then.
Quiet, you fool. I know what this is. You're in league with that dead low-life card.
You dareth to connect me with that scheming bastard.
I've been observing your behavior, and yes, whether you are with him or not, you are plotting something. That much is obvious.
I can't deny my dislike with your ways of leading the group. It's been my decisions that have gained us profit in recent times.
And in your decisions, you forgot to counsel me, or even inform me. I am your captain.
Maybe you shouldn't...
What? Are you trying to imply you want to challenge me? What a ludicrous thought.
Enough with your words, old man. Ye art so blinded with your money, ye fails to see what's going on around here.
And you, my thieving mongrel, are beheaded.
I'm gonna make you bleed! Take this! I'm gonna make you bleed! You won't stay hidden for long, Taffer.
Oops.
Gotcha now! I'm gonna make you bleed! Take this! You're going down.
Right, he saw me.
Quit it! I'm gonna make you bleed! Come on, you're going down.
Yeah, they become extremely alert once they've been in a fight.
Take this! Quit it!
Okay, so this time both of them died. So that's advantageous, but like I said, I wanna show you that it's possible to get the loot in here even with one of them alive.
Take this! You're going down. I'm gonna rob you of your organ. I know you're out there. You better hope I find you before the guards do.
Okay, so if I reload now, will he stop?
I'm gonna rob you of your organ.
Well, he's still alert, but he doesn't stop, so that's good. Yeah.
You're going down.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna rob you. You're going down.
Right, I'll save this room for later then, when he has come down a little. That's way too difficult to move along those beams right now. Let's see. If I reload here, he still doesn't stop. Okay, good. So that was a fluke, I guess. So this room will be
I'm gonna rob you
the
of your
most difficult to loot. But it should be possible. And before I do that,
I'm gonna rob you.
right,
You're going down.
keep loading the run save here. Okay, let me make a quick save. So I can't pass this area slowly, so I'm gonna have to use a mass arrow. I'll likely end up using mass arrows for the entirety of that little room. Okay, 2 pieces of loot in the crate here. Pile of coins in the chest. Now, their alertness level does decrease with time, so he's not gonna be this twitchy. And that's why I'm looting the rest of the place first. See, already he doesn't even notice me here. So he has returned to more or less his normal state. But I'm gonna have to use some mass arrows here. And I think he will still alert if I get too close to him, no matter what. So just to be safe, I'm gonna douse the torch. There we go. That's how you get all the loot, even if one of these guys survives. So now I should be able to cross this area if I don't fall without him noticing me. So here is the dagger. Total 43, 39, that's what we should have. So before I leave, let me praise this mission once again. So you may have noticed that our loot went from somewhere around 2000 to over 4000. So the vault has over half of the mission's loot. Now I made a point earlier that we didn't even need to get into the vault to meet the loot goal, because we met it way before we even rescued the children. So I find this whole setup just brilliant, because this makes the vault an entirely optional area. You never need to go in here to meet your loot goal, but it's a really, really nice reward for actually accomplishing this side quest of rescuing the children. And if you were having trouble with meeting your loot goal, well, the vault is gonna take care of that 100%.
Save some. Bet the Baron gets to eat cows all the time. Not potato.
So now we're done. The only thing left to do in the docks is to trigger that conversation I talked about earlier.
Aw, Sergeant Gaunt, doing your usual rounds?
Just shut up, Maverick, and get on with it.
200 gold, as always. You can count them if you don't trust me.
And you can crawl back to your hole now.
The pleasure's all mine, officer.
Right, so this purse is worth only 100, so that guy is a filthy liar. But this brings the total to 4439, and that's all the loot in the mission. Now, another reason I didn't trigger this conversation earlier is because one time when I was playing the mission, I was returning this way to get back to the starting area, and this woman was patrolling, well, not patrolling, but she was in search mode in this place. So, for some reason, she second alerted, and she made getting out of here really difficult.
What was that?
I don't know what happened there. That might have also been...
Looks like it's peaceful again.
just a fluke. Because I've never seen that happen on my other playthroughs, but I didn't want to deal with that.
Odd noises.
Now the personal letter
Stupid. It's probably just some rookie.
we need to drop anywhere in the watch station. We don't have to deliver it to any specific desk or anything. So I'll just enter through the door I picked at the beginning, drop it right on the floor, and we can finish the mission.
Why we have to have all these codes for things. Who's making that noise?
Is that you?
Maybe it was rats. Rats would be a bit of meat.
What I see there? Seems peaceful enough now.
Right, there we go. And mission complete. So, it took me 45 minutes, 28 seconds, found 4439 loot, which is all of it, picked 7 out of 7 pickpockets, but like I said, you can get this to 8 out of 7 if you want to, and picked 14 locks, which you can bring down to 12 if you try to minimize those. I picked 2 of them that were unnecessary. So that's it. So like I said, I don't think this is the best mission ever made, but certainly the most underrated, and for me personally it's in my top 5 missions of all time. Next time I'm gonna play A Job Well Done, which is another underrated mission, at least in my opinion. So hopefully I'll see you guys then, and for now, take care.